What's going on, guys? This is Kevin Reese here. So what better way to start this starter replacement video off than sitting in my truck after work this morning. And we just had a huge snowstorm here in South Carolina. Clarendon County, we all got hit pretty good. So that's where I am right now, sitting in my truck. Y'all can see my previous video, one of my other videos. I just put a brand new Napa Legend battery in this truck, guys, with a 3-4 year warranty. I mean, those things are awesome. I keep it on a trickle charge when I'm not driving it, so I know it's not my battery. I even put a jump pack on it, nothing, but I'm getting that popping sound that you hear, that click, 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 the solenoid coming out, but it can't just turn the motor. My starter motor, I'm pretty certain is locked up. I actually just spoke to a parts shop. They have one in stock. Right now I'm waiting on a buddy of mine to come over here and give me a hand trying to get this thing started, because I've been trying to do it on my own. But one of the problems you have, it helps to be turning the engine over, putting power to the starter motor as you have someone trying to turn the engine over, and then kind of hit it with a a hammer or something. Kind of the same thing if you got a fuel pump this bad. So I'm kind of looking around right now because I'm waiting on him. It's cold, guys. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on right now. Just waiting on that. So we're going to try to get this thing started. Like I said, hit on the starter motor, have somebody trying to turn the engine over, and getting that motor to turn. Hopefully that'll help. Being that it's cold right now, and I know this starter motor is probably at least, I've had this truck almost going on 6 years now. Well, five to 6 years. I've never replaced the starter in it. Sure, it's probably time for it to be replaced. Also, it's so cold right now, and that'll usually go ahead and finish them off, being this cold like it is right now, guys. And y'all can see here all the snow. They flip this camera around so y'all can you can see outside, snow everywhere, sitting here right now, which is crazy for South Carolina. Got my hood popped, and I'm just waiting on a friend. Alright, so it's warm in here, guys. Got the truck running now. My buddy came and helped me. Headed to the shop to get the new starter and solenoid, and I'm going to put it on at a later date. Probably not today because I just worked all night long. Pretty tired. Anyway, that's the plan, guys. Alright. Old Duralast lifetime warranty on the starter. So we're going to take this bad boy, put it on. Alright, guys. So guess where we are? We are under the truck. So I'm over here on the passenger side. You can see the passenger side tires right here. So I'm going to show you all how to do this. We're going to go through the process. If you don't know, this is our starter right here. Okay. Alright, so we have, y'all can see here, you have a bolt here on the flywheel. So here's your bell housing here. You've got a bolt here. There's also a bolt here. Y'all can see that. Bolt there, bolt right here. Here's the starter solenoid. So you're going to disconnect. You have the power coming here. First thing we're going to do is disconnect the negative from the battery before we mess with any of this electrical stuff. So you see you've got a cap here, so you're going to remove these two wires. That's your power coming to your battery. You also got your ground wire up here. So we're going to remove all those. We're going to take some PB Blaster and hit these bolts because they've been on there for quite some time. And it's going to make it a lot easier to get this off if we hit it with some penetrating oil first. Make sure your negative terminal is removed. As you can see here, this is the area that you're going to have to work with if you want to tackle it from this angle. So you can see I have my 13mm wrench. I have the box end on here, and I have it turned around so that it's angled inward. And you can see here, I was able to break it free by just putting it on, getting it right here close to this frame. You can see, put both hands on it, and I was able to go ahead and break it. And you've got enough room in here to play with. So see, you can see you're making some progress. So it will be a little slower going this way, but you don't have to remove anything. So you can see here, we're just slowly turning, taking this bolt out on the top. Bolt's removed. Y'all can see it right here. Alright, guys, so we got bad news for most of us. There's actually a bolt, if y'all can see back here on the starter, this top bolt, and it's hard to see, but it's back here, kind of behind this exhaust. right back in here. So the only way, we're gonna need some more room in this area. So that means this BF good wrench has got to go. You got 5 bolts here on these 01 F150s. This is a 13/16. Two ways of doing it. You can use manual elbow grease, or you can break out the Thunder gun, which is going to be my option. So we're going to pull this tire off. Make sure you got the jacket up, make sure it's safe, and I put a jack stand under it before we get under there. Alright, so as you can see, guys, I got my ratchet here. You can see that's 1, 2, 3 extensions going into here. And if I can even show y'all this on camera, it's so hard to see. The bolt is back here, and I've got it, it's a 13 millimeter. I've got a socket on it, and I can't even get it on camera. That's how much of a pain in the butt it is. So if y'all can see back here, y'all can see that shiny piece. It's as best I can do, guys. So that's the bolt back there. That's the 13 millimeter on it with a U-joint. So it's coming out here, and I've got 3 extensions. So we're gonna start cranking on it and get it out of there. Very top, we just removed it. It was a pain. All right, guys, so back under the truck here, you see one of our wires we got going here. It looks like there's a bolt that goes through here. You can kind of see a little bit on the back side here on this bell housing. So you can see what I've done here. Another U-joint, 13 millimeter socket, and extension with a ratchet. So right now we're taking this bolt out. We're gonna have to take it out anyway to get this wire off. But we're gonna go ahead now and take it out. All right, guys, so I was correct. Once you remove this wire, or wires I should say, from here, all right, once you remove that, you take that off. What you got off here was this nut. So we got the nut off. As you can see here, this is a 13 millimeter also, and I'm using this box end wrench here. So I've got it on, and as you can see, when you turn here, this back side of this bolt that's coming through, which is hard to see, but the back side of that bolt there, you can see it through this bell housing is turning also. So when I turn that, you can see that turn right here. So it is going through, so we do need to remove this. All right, guys, so you can see here, we got the starter out. You had this bolt here, like I said, it went through. This is the last one, went through here to the bell housing. So it goes on that way. You just loosen this. They're both 13. That wire goes in between here. So this wire right here when we reinstall it. So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna kind of move this down out of the way, and I'm gonna see here if I can move this down some. I might be able to get to the back of this starter a little bit better, but I'm just going to kind of finagle it around here in this area, kind of lower it down. Alright, so we've lowered the starter down through here. You can see here we have these last couple of bolts here. This is a 13. I went ahead and started loosening this. So kind of started loosening that. That's a 13. There's one right here next to it also. Y'all can see that. It's kind of hidden. That's the best I can do with this camera. But it's right here. And then there's one right up here on the top, which I don't know if I'll be able to, I'm not going to be able to get in here on that one, but it's right there. It's going to be the last one right here. So, and that's a little bit smaller. I'm not sure if that's a 10 or an 8, but we're going to find out. But those 3, and we can get this starter out of here. Alright, guys, so as y'all can see here, I've removed that one nut. You actually don't need to remove the other one. That's just connecting the, it's just connecting this wire coming from the starter to the solenoid. So all we have is left is this last one that's holding it in, and we can take that off. Wait, what happened to the starter? Oh, it's right here. We got it out. So this last bolt here, this was a 10 millimeter. So it's going to be this last one right here, guys, holding that ground wire on. So you can see we've got a total 1, 2, 3 wires. So now let's go ahead and get our new starter out, and we'll start the reassembly process. Alright, guys, so new starter, old starter. Pick this one up here. Y'all know where I got it from. Y'all were with me when I did it. So here we go. And you can see here we've got new nuts and washers here. So for these two, you know, this one and this one. So we can go ahead now and it may be easier to go ahead while the starter's free to go ahead and mount it, and then we can connect the wires afterwards. So let's see about doing that, guys. We will have to reuse the bolts that we took out, like this one and the other three. So y'all can see here there's 1, 2, 3 mounting spots. All right, guys, so what I did here for these top two, I went ahead and used my U-joint here with the 3 extensions and this ratchet. I put that bolt back in, tighten it, and then that last one, the one that's really a pain back there, and it's so hard to see, guys, I'm sorry, it's hard for me to get it on the camera. So 1, 2, come back under here for you real quick. It's 3. Like I said, you put that last one in here. You can see here I've already put some of this stuff back on. So the last one right here, guys, put that one back on. You know, put this bolt back through here, right here, guys. 1, and then you saw the other 2 up there. This wire right here, remember our dual wire goes here. Make sure you put all these connections back on there. Everything's good and tight. So I put that one on. Remember, 10 millimeter. The other one's a 13 millimeter. Remember, and put those back on. So all the wires are hooked up. And I wanted to show y'all when I took this off, there was a cover, and probably because I got lucky with this one, I got a heck of a deal on this truck. You'll probably never find one of these, but your actual cover that goes on here, you see, says 12 volt. So this is kind of a protective cover. You can see it's been on there for a long time. So you got your 2, it goes over your 2 plugs, and then your the small one, the 10 millimeter, sits under here. So that just pops back on. You may or may not have that on your vehicle, just depends. You can see there it is when it's snapped in place. Snaps in place very firmly, but it protects those terminals. And if y'all wonder what that is, that's just my Edge Evolution CS tuner. Y'all can see a video on that. It's on my channel if y'all want to check that out. I did a review on that one. So it's popping on now because I disconnected the battery and plugged it back in. Hooked it back up. So here we go, guys. Moment of truth. Let's see if she'll start up. Hot dog. We got this thing done, and I want to thank y'all for watching. It's been a heck of a job, but hopefully I was able to help y'all out. Thank y'all for watching. I'm Kevin Reese. Please like, comment, and subscribe.